Dungeon Draw uses modular maps or hand-drawn tiles that allow users to build custom maps on the fly and export them for either virtual tabletop or print. To show you how it works, I'll start by building a battle map from scratch. In the map settings, we set a name and pick an artist whose tiles we'll be using. The art style is the type of tiles an artist has on offer on the site. Free tiles for anyone to use, premium for users who support their work on Patreon, and alternative tiles, which could be night version of tiles or line art versions. Later I'll show you how switching between the three can be done on the fly. Then we determine the width and height of our map. We can make a map as large as we want, but for our demo, let's start small. As mentioned in the options, each tile is made up out of 10 by 10 squares. And when we turn on the grid, it makes it easier to understand the scale of our map. When we click OK, we're taken to the tile section, the main feature of our map maker. Here we'll find all the tiles an artist has uploaded for users to play around with. Using the filters on top of the menu here, we can pick a setting to help find a specific set of tiles. For now, let's go with Dungeon. Images in our tile menu each represent what we call a stack. A stack is a set of map tiles that are either grouped by theme, like these stone hallways running in each direction, or this set of cave hallways combined with lava rivers running through. But a stack can also contain multiple tiles that make up one larger area or room. Reassembling the room is done by simply selecting the first tile and using the arrow keys to go select the next one in the group. I want to take a better look at the trap hallways for this next section. This can be done by simply making my tiles bigger using the slider on the top of the menu here. In general, I'll have a set of tiles that are empty, as we'll be adding in the option to drop in PNGs or tokens on the map in the future, but I also have a furnace variation of most of my tiles, so you can use these pre-made tiles to add more flavor to your dungeon. Once I finish, we can head on over to Export and get a better look of our map. I'll be exporting this map for virtual tabletop, so I'll turn off the grid as I plan on using the build-in grid there. Simply turn it off in settings and select the quality of our export. 100 pixels per inch will do for just fine, keeping the file size down when sharing it online. Choose export as JPEG and here we go. Our map is ready for online play. Now let's say I want to print out this map, but I've got no ink left in my printer to do a full color map of this size. Well, we can head on over to settings and change the art style of our map on the fly. Here we have the free version of these tiles, which anyone can access, turning our map into an old school battle map. And we've also got the alternative version, which in my case is a line art version, or in other words, a printer friendly version. I'll go with turning the grid back on for my printed version of the map, and when I return to export, I'll split the map into separate files ready for print. If I pick 8 by 10 inch for the new dimensions of the files, they'll fit perfectly on both US letter format and the international A4 format that are most commonly used for home printing. Now that we are exporting for print, we can up the quality of our map to 300 pixels per inch, which is perfect for print or for display on a higher resolution monitor. Opening up the PDF, we can see the map has now been split up with an integrated grid and is ready for printing. Simply click print and print the files at true size or 100% scale. Now that we've gone over the basics, let's see some more detailed features of Dungeon Draw. I'll open this pre-made map of a battle at sea. When zooming in on the map, we have the option to switch from selecting tiles to moving the zoom in map by changing our settings from drop to drag in the left hand corner. When we change back to drop, we can select any tile on the map and press the delete key to remove it. Selecting a tile also makes it possible to drop a duplicate of said tile anywhere else on the map. The main feature in this map is a larger scene of a ship surrounded by wreckage. When we open this scene, the tiles are marked by a red area to show the edges of the map and help you figure out where to place a tile in the set. We can also always zoom out for a better view of the full stack in our tile menu. Our main filter, setting, helps narrow down a search based on the setting of our map: sea, dungeon, jungle, arctic, etc. By using locations in our filter, on the other hand, we can locate tiles that have an overlap and can thus be combined in the map maker. For instance, when we choose water in location, we'll see that in our arena set there's a water arena we can use to build a Colosseum-style naval battle. Simply replace the tiles at the edge of our map by the basic arena tiles, and then we can add more flavor by adding in statues and royal seating arrangements. Once we've finished, we can save our map. I'm going to replace my previous save here, and we're done. Before I move on to show you how this modular tool can be used for town or city maps, I'm going to sign in using a different account. As you can see, I have a login for creators and a login for Patreon supporters. You can simply support an artist or multiple artists on their personal Patreon page, and the login will grant access to all content you support on site. It's as easy as that. Next, we'll move on to region maps. You'll notice the same options, only the distances have changed in our calculations. Currently, I only have one set of snow maps in my region maps available, but I hope to grow them as we go along. Some basic principles as before. Each of these tiles is 2 by 2 inches, so if you use a multiple of 4 in either dimensions as we did before in the battle maps, you'll make it easy to print them out in perfect quality at home. It's less important to have the right scale here as it was in battle maps, where you want to make sure they are up to scale of your 1-inch miniatures, but the option is available. As you can see, I don't have all the variable options available for this map, so I had to scale it down a bit to make it look better. But in due time, I do hope to grow a larger set of hand-drawn region tiles to expand the scope of options for building custom content. In due time, we do not only plan to add the option to drop in PNGs or tokens to customize your maps even further, but also introduce public sharing of maps between users who support the same artists. That's it for now. I hope you like what you see, and be sure to try out our free old school maps if you'd like to test the site out for yourself, or log in using your Patreon account on patreon.com/dungeondraw.